Welcome back to White Mountains today. I am so excited for our special guest, Greg Keeler of Cannon Mountain, who's here to talk to us about Cannon.
Yeah.
I love Cannon.
Right.
Cannon's so much fun, and it's a very historical mountain as well.
Yeah.
Very historical.
Had the first aerial tramway in North America, and the first ski racing trail in North America. That was the Taft Trail. That was hand cut before there was a lift there. So
really?
These guys got in there and got up there and decided they cut a trail before there was even a lift. So
oh my gosh.
that was like 1933.
Whoa!
So,
wow.
Yeah, Cannon's got a lot of history.
A lot of history, and the New England Ski Museum.
Yep, right at the base. Very appropriate place for that. And the ski museum is great. It's free, and you know, stop in every time. I think they're open every day.
Oh my gosh!
So it's a good thing to do if you're there.
Unbelievable.
Sure. Yeah.
For people who there's a lot of people who live in the White Mountains who watch our program on the weekends, but it's like sometimes they're afraid to drive through the mountains over to Cannon. For people who have driven by Cannon. And have actually never gotten off the exit, how could you describe it when you drive up?
Well, you know, when you come around the corner, from either direction, you know, there's Cannon. If you come from the north, it's actually a really, really cool view because you get pretty much all of Cannon, and then you also can see Mittersill too. So if you're coming from Mount Washington Valley, you would go 302 right into Twin Mountain, and then get on Route 3. And then that hits 93. As soon as you get on 93, you get that view of Cannon. It's only an hour from here. It's totally doable.
Yep.
So, and you know, we encourage people to take a little drive over the notch that way. But if you come around the corner, either way, you pretty much see the classic front five view, signature front five trails.
And that's also with the big tram.
And you can see the tram. So you know, for a lot of people, you see that front five, and you know, you might. Yeah, it looks it looks kind of steep, you know, and a couple of those trails are actually blue squares. It's all relative. Some folks that might be really more like a blue diamond, but that can be a little intimidating. And for a lot of people, you know, might just drive by and say, you know, I don't think I can do that. But Cannon, you know, if you look at all of Cannon, it's actually 2/3 beginner and intermediate. Totally doable. And
you can't see a lot of that.
And you can't see a
view.
lot of it from the view, especially if you're coming from the south. You see the front five, and that's pretty much it.
Right.
One of the biggest surprises, sort of before I started working there, was to find out about the Tuckerbrook family area, and that is something unique, I think, to the region, and that is it's 13 trails and glades, but it's separated from the mountain. You know, a lot of times a mountain will have great beginner terrain, but it's in the middle and it's on the way to somewhere else for a lot of people. So you put up a sign that says family zone, but yet it's like a highway for people. The Tuckerbrook family area is separated from the mountain. You can get there right from the base. You know, there's the main base area, there's the learning center, and then you walk right out the door and you actually ski down to a lift.
Oh, cool. Is that the Tuckerbrook?
Yep, that's it right there. Yeah.
With the little skiers and everything?
With the little guys.
Oh my gosh.
So that's it to the right there. So where you see C, you kind of ski down to the lift. There's a quad chair. There's actually 4 lifts over there.
Oh my
gosh. There's a triple chair on a really gentle slope. There's a quad that goes to the top, and that's all you. I mean, you're contained. You got to want to go there. So you don't have, you know, you don't have experts going to the Tuckerbrook family area and shredding bear paw or deer run. You know, that's just maybe on a powder day somebody will squeak over there to try to get a run or something. But you got to want to go there, and so when you're there, you're going to find kids programs, families, first timers, and no one really going for it. You know, it's a really good environment. You know, I take my kids over there, and they go, and I don't have to worry. They come down, they ski around, you know. I lose track of them. They show up a few minutes later at the bottom of the lift. So
that's awesome.
It's great, and it's one of those things I don't think a lot of people know about. So
And another thing people probably don't know about, if they haven't been paying attention to the news over the last year of Cannon, is that you reopened a whole nother section of the mountain.
Right. Oh, well, it's essentially another mountain. I mean, it's a big mountain. It's got 1,500 feet of vertical, or 1,800 feet of vertical on Mittersill. The summit is 3650.
Whoa.
And you know, when you look at it all by itself, Mittersill was a ski area. I mean, it is a big ski area. When you get over there, it's amazing when you start poking around. You get out into the woods and you just think, you know, you're like, where, you know, I'm just out there. It's huge. It's a huge place. And we own most of it historically. Except for a little chunk at the top that the federal National Forest owned.
Okay.
And we swapped a piece of the Appalachian Trail for that piece of Mittersill with them. So they did that, and we got ownership of the whole thing. We opened it as just like a side country area a couple of years ago. And then last fall and early winter, we put a double chair on it. So we took, there was a double chair on Mittersill, and we pretty much just replaced it with a brand new double.
Wow.
So we have a deal up there because there's the Bicknell's thrush on the higher elevations. So we sort of came up with a good plan with Audubon and National Forest Service and agreed to protect the bird and the environment. So the most we can do would be to install what was originally there. So that's why we went with a double. And for a place that's sort of like backcountry, side country, it's pretty appropriate to have a double chair there. It's really cool. I mean, it is the most comfortable lift on the mountain, and it's got a cool view too. So.
Oh my God.
So last year we opened it January 1st. It ran almost 80 days.
Wow.
Last year was a big snow year right off the bat.
Yeah.
This year we're getting there. We're getting there. We've had 10 inches since Friday.
Oh my gosh.
We got 4 inches yesterday on Christmas. So it's pretty good today. I'm not going there today, but I called up there and they're rocking. We're making snow. We're off the top now. Excellent. So we got top to bottom on tramway. We have one main route just on the upper elevation off the summit, but then we have a bunch of routes down the middle. We actually have a couple trails in the front 5 open, so call it the front 2.
The front 2 for today.
We got Rocket and Gary's, and then so we're getting there, and we're making some good progress with snowmaking. So.
And you also have some really great events coming up this week for the family, and then some for the adults. Right.
Well, we'll start with the adult version. Something that's really, really cool that we're doing this year. Maybe many years ago we used to do stuff like this, but we're having a party on the summit at our summit station. Oh my gosh. Which really, you know, looked very parky, and cafeteria tables and kind of, you know, stained rug, and Cannon Mountain State Park. We completely redid the inside of that with a bar, and it's more like a cafe. Oh my gosh. It's really cool. So a couple of weeks ago they had a nighttime party, exclusive, invite only type of thing, just to preview it. They're doing a New Year's Eve party at the summit. It's a dinner. It's a 5-course dinner. Oh my gosh. Tickets are $100 a person, but there's only 50 people. Wow. So you're getting a 5-course dinner. You get your own ride up on the tram. There's a scheduled time where you go. Like there's a 7 o'clock seating and a 7:30 seating. So you either get on the 7:30 car or the 7 o'clock car. Oh my gosh. You go up there. Yep. So you get it's gonna be amazing. So I called them today. There's 10 tickets left. Oh my gosh. So if you want to get one, you got to call Cannon, and that's 823-8800. 823-8800. Yep, extension 736. So you got to go through a little bit of a process to get it, but
10 tickets
there's 10 tickets left.
You could spend New Year's on the summit of Cannon Mountain. Right, that's, and it goes till midnight, cool. So it's gonna be cool. Oh if that's you know, and if that's out of reach for you, we've got a great option that night too, Saturday night, because it's New Year's Eve. We usually do a Saturday night family fun night. Yep. And it just so happens that it's on New Year's Eve, and what that is we have a mini park that's lit. So from 4:30 to 6:30, pay $5. You can ride the mini park. There's a handle tow. Oh my gosh. The bar is open. We do a movie for kids, a free movie in our learning center. Yep. So kids go over there. Parents go maybe in the bar. Older kids maybe go in the terrain park. Yep. And then at 6:30, we do torchlight parade and fireworks. Awesome. And outside of the $5 terrain park thing, I mean, it's free. You know, fireworks, torchlight parade. So it's a cool thing to do. Oh my gosh, so much going on up there. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And Après entertainment this week? Yeah, pretty much all week.
pretty much all week.
This
so
is
head on
footage
up.
from the base lodge
That's
area?
the Cannonball Pub. That's a new 3,000 square foot pub. It's a couple years old now, but it's a huge, really cool place that it turned, you know, we never had that. We had a bar that was stuffed into the middle of this lodge, just a square, and it was really just not, you know, not that inviting. It was Cannon style, I guess, but, you know, soon we added a 3,000 square foot bar, and immediately it was too small somehow. But it's really fun. Yeah, the bar is like 100 feet long.
Well, I've been there.
It's cool.
It is really long.
Yep.
And the food's really good too.
Yeah, food's good.
Yep.
So we got a lot going on.
Lots going on. So CannonMT.com.
Yep.
CannonMT.com. Quick drive up 93 if you're coming from the south.
Yeah, check it. You know, go on our Facebook page and check out shots from earlier in the week from Saturday.
Did you guys pull up any of those Facebook shots from the? Yeah. Oh, cool.
Got a bunch of snow, and
there's one
that
right
was
there.
that was from so that was from Saturday, and that's Tramway right there. That's the one that's open today.
Okay.
Right from the top of the tram building. This was a shot. These are shots from Ball Mountain across the street.
Wow.
And there's a good pic of Cannon. I mean, it's a little deceiving. I mean, it looks like midwinter.
Right.
For sure.
It is,
and that's Tucker Brook there to the right.
It's not a ton, you know. It is covered with snow.
Yep.
Wow. So what are we looking at?
We're looking at Cannonball and Tramway all lit up. So Cannonball is still going. That's the big one that comes down the front, and that's going to open likely tomorrow under the snowmaking guns. So
wow, very cool.
Yeah. So we're looking good.
Can you bump back to two or three pictures back where it shows the whole mountain again? I just want to see that one more time. Not that one. The one back. The one that shows the whole mountain, right there. Can you explain where the Tucker Brook family area is?
That would be, it's a little tricky to see on this particular one, but it's to the right. There you go. It's what you see on the right side there. It's got its own like little mountain
where
right
the
there.
mouse is right there?
Yeah, where the mouse is.
Wow, so that's the family area.
That's only half of it, what you see right there. Yeah, so that's the family area. You ski down and then you ride the lift right in there, and it's great.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So much going on.
So when I say it's separated, I mean
it really is
separated.
separated.
Yeah,
yep.
separated, but you can get there.
Would be on
just behind that.
Okay.
To the a little farther to the right. It kind of sweeps around, you know, and faces more north.
How do people ski over to Mittersill? Do you take a shuttle?
You can do it two ways. You can do it off the top of Cannon, which has been done for years, over the Taft Trail. Little hike, like a 7-minute hike up the saddle, we call it, to the top of Mittersill, and then you ski down, or you can drive over there and start right from the base of the lift, or you can sneak over there through the Tucker Brook family area too. Okay. You kind of just go down to the base of the quad chair at Tucker Brook. You ride to the top, you get off, and there's a little way in right there.
Oh, great!
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
oh,
so
I want to
cool.
go to Cannon right now.
Well, that's what a lot of people do is go over there. They'll make a bunch of laps, sneak back over, and then call it good. So
that's so cool.
Yeah, you should definitely come over and check out Mittersill. We need a little bit more natural snow to get going there, but but we'll get it.
We'll keep fingers crossed. We'll keep fingers crossed. Yeah. Not that I don't enjoy the observatory report, but I was a little discouraged with what he wanted to report today.
Well, we've heard the same thing too, and what he's saying about the quick hitter, I think that's great news. You know, in and out. Cold air is going to pile in behind that. You know, we'll be all over it. So I think we can. We'll be all right. It'll be all right.
As long as it's not lasting.
And you never know, like you say. I mean, we're over 4,000 feet, so we tend to get lucky in some situations. So.
And you're even further inland than. Yeah.
Right.
A couple mountain ranges to go over.
Yeah, it can be dramatically different over there, especially being almost 4,100 feet. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh boy. For more information and updates, you can always check out CannonMT.com, or of course just join us back here all week long for the updated ski conditions at Cannon. If you want to be one of the last 10 people to take advantage of the New Year's Eve celebration on top of Cannon, the 5-course meal, the tram ride up, you can also give them a call as well. Greg Keeler, thanks so much for coming on the show today.
It's great to be here.
It was so much fun to have you here. And for everybody else at home, we will be right back with more on White Mountains Today.
With bitter cold,